So you've just got yourself a ZV-E10 or a ZV-E10 Mark II, and maybe you bought body only, or maybe you bought it with the kit lens. Either way, you want to find a good lens that can get you shallow depth of field, that's very versatile, and doesn't break the bank. I have two recommendations for you. Number one is the TT Artisan f1.2 50mm. This is a fully manual lens, and I have a video about it right here. But today we're talking about this, the TT Artisan 56mm 1.8 autofocus lens. So to get some housekeeping out of the way right away, aside from the paperwork, all that this thing comes with is the cover for that back element, which also happens to be how you upgrade the firmware. This pretty little lens cap and the lens itself. So what's so special about this lens? Well, first off, it's got a pretty fast aperture at 1.8. This is going to give you more than enough background separation, whether you're taking photos of something small or portraits of people or even vehicles. The body of the lens has no buttons and no stabilization. So I guess for some that could be a downside, especially considering this video is for the ZV-E10, which has no stabilization either. So I would recommend either a tripod or active stabilization, which is going to crop in a lot on your image. Amazon says that the body of this lens is sturdy metal construction, but I'm pretty sure this is a cheaper metal, probably some kind of aluminum alloy or something like that. But while it's not as sturdy feeling as the manual lens, it doesn't feel cheap either. It feels like quality material, just a little lighter. Now, I know I said there are no buttons on this lens, and that's true, but there is a ring. And this is going to be to adjust your focus. This lens has a 52mm filter size, which is the same as the other TT Artisan lens. So that's kind of nice, being able to swap lenses and being able to use the same filters. I think that's a tremendous benefit. That's it for specs for this lens. So how about getting into some field tests? What I'm going to do is go outside and take some random shots around the yard, or put up some shots that I've already taken prior to recording the video, and then maybe a little B-roll test. That will be a small cinematic sequence to show you how this lens looks if you're shooting video instead of photo. Alright, so I'm going to throw some photos on the screen right now for you to take a look at. These were all shot, obviously edited. Please bear that in mind. These aren't raw images. But these were all shot using this TT Artisan 56mm 1.8. Some were using autofocus, some using manual focus, but for the most part, these were autofocus images. I took these pictures specifically to test out this lens so that I could make this video and give you the most information possible. So these are the sample images using this lens. And now let's get into a little bit of B-roll. Try and set up a small cinematic sequence so you can see how this lens performs in motion.